Children, what are some things we can do if we want to change something that is unfair? Hello children, welcome to Preschool Meeting. I'm Miss Stephanie and I'm so glad that we can be together in this way. I hope you're doing well. I'm joined by Jeff, the dog. Hello Jeff. Hi, glad to see you. Glad to have you here. Okay, before we talk about our topic today, I thought we could do a little exercise that can sometimes help us if we're feeling angry or upset or nervous, or if we have some feeling that we feel like isn't helping us right then. This is something we can do. Jeff, I'm going to put you down. You can sit right on my lap and you can do the exercise with us, okay? But I need to show the children, so I need to put you on my lap, okay? Okay. So one thing that we can do is we can imagine that our feelings are in our hands. We take our hands and we clench them up really tight. And in our hands, that's all of our feelings of being mad or nervous or upset. And then slowly we relax our hands and we think of those feelings as floating out, and floating away. Try that again. So let's pretend that we're feeling angry or upset or nervous, and we're putting those feelings in our hands, and we tighten up our hands to little fists. Take some deep breath into the nose, out through the mouth, and then start to relax our hands. Take some more breaths. And imagine the feelings are floating out of our hands. What did you think of that, Jeff? Did you try that too with your paws? You did? Yes. That can be very helpful. Not that there's anything wrong with feeling angry or upset or nervous. Feelings are just feelings. And sometimes we have good reason for those feelings. But when those feelings are really, really big, sometimes it's hard to know what to do about what's going on. How to fix the problem that's making us angry, if there was a problem, or how to face the situation that's making us feel nervous, right? Or what to do when we feel upset. How to look at, well, why am I upset? Do I need to be upset? Can I talk to someone about it? Can I fix this, right? But when our feelings are really, really big, sometimes it's hard to know what to do. So it can help us to let some of those feelings go, and then we can sort of see what's left and think a little more clearly. Well, I wanted to show you a picture right up here. Can you see it, Jeff? Okay. That is a picture of my son when he was younger. He's still young, he's 15, but when he was younger, and he's holding a sign. And the sign says, "No shoes outside," if I remember exactly right. So why is he holding that sign? Well, I had told him that if he wanted to play outside, he had to wear his shoes. And he didn't want to wear shoes. He wanted to be barefoot. He loved being barefoot. I don't remember why I said you have to wear shoes. I think maybe it was cold out. I'm not sure exactly. But he didn't want to, so he made that sign and he showed it to me and he marched with it in front of me. And when I saw that sign, I realized, oh, this is really important to him, or he wouldn't have made a sign, right, and been marching. And I thought, well, he really doesn't want to wear shoes, and why should he? He should have the right to be barefoot if he really wants to be barefoot. If it's not that cold out, why not? So we made a deal. I said, okay, don't wear your shoes outside, but if your feet get cold, then come in and put your shoes on. And that was our deal. Yeah. So that was a protest he made. He made a sign. He protested. That means he said, this is not right. This is not fair. And he made a sign about it. And he made sure that I knew about it. And so that's one thing that someone can do when they think that something isn't fair or is wrong. Right? Yeah. Right, because you have paws. So you don't need shoes. No, but that's true. I can't let you run around and play wherever. You can play in our yard in your bare feet, but we don't have like a dog park or something where you can just run around wherever you want. You would like a dog park. Well, I think that's a good idea. We'll see. So today, that's what we're going to talk about. Maybe we can do a, yes, Jeff has an idea, maybe making a sign about a dog park. I think that's a good idea. Why don't we do that after we have our story? There's a story that kind of ties in with this idea of what to do when something isn't fair. And I hope you enjoy it. Children, I have a special book I want to read to you today. It's called Click Clack Moo, Cows That Type by Doreen Cronin, pictures by Betsy Lewin. And it's kind of a special book to me because the person that asked me to read this is my son, who is 16. So he's a really big kid. He said, could you please read that book? Because he remembers reading this with his teacher, Miss Jana, when he was in preschool. And also, he thinks it has an important message. So let's read it. It's very silly, but it does have a good message. We'll see if we can figure it out. Click Clack Moo, cows that type. I wonder if you've ever seen a typewriter before. Before we all used computers and phones to send messages, we used something called a typewriter. Oh, they're so fun to clack on if you ever get a chance to type on an old typewriter. It's very fun. You would put a piece of paper in here, in the roller, and then when you press a key, it makes a little hammer kind of thing go up, and it stamps a letter onto the paper using ink. It's just fun. Click Clack Moo, cows that type. Click Clack Moo, cows that type. Look at those cows. What are they going to type about, do you think? Let's find out. Farmer Brown has a problem. His cows like to type. All day long he hears click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety clack, moo. I guess he's annoyed by that. Look at his face. He doesn't want a bunch of typing cows. And what are they typing? At first he couldn't believe his ears. Cows that type? Impossible. Click, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo. Clickety clack, moo. Then he couldn't believe his eyes. There's a typed note on the barn. Dear Farmer Brown, the barn is very cold at night. We'd like some electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. So they're finding the barn cold. They want electric blankets. Those are special blankets you can plug in and turn a little dial and you get all warm. It was bad enough the cows had found the old typewriter in the barn. Now they wanted electric blankets? No way, said Farmer Brown. No electric blankets. So the cows went on strike. When you go on strike, that means you refuse to work until something that you say you want and need is given to you. That's going on strike. So the cows went on strike. They left a note on the barn door. Sorry, we're closed. No milk today. You can see Farmer Brown's shadow. He's reading the note. That's his shadow. The sun must be behind him. How is he feeling about that note, the message? Think he's happy about it? No milk today, cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard the cows busy at work. Click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, click, clickety clack, moo. The next day, he got another note. Dear Farmer Brown, the hens are cold too. They'd like electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. Oh, so the hens and the cows are both making this request for electric blankets. They're working together. How's that going to turn out? The cows were growing impatient with the farmer. They left a new note on the barn door. Closed. No milk, no eggs. Oh, so the hens are on strike too. No eggs, cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard them click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. Quite a strike. Cows that type, hens on strike. Who ever heard of such a thing? How can I run a farm with no milk and no eggs? Farmer Brown was furious. There he is running away. He's got his arms up. The cows and the hen look pretty calm. Farmer Brown got out his own typewriter. Dear cows and hens, there will be no electric blankets. You are cows and hens. I demand milk and eggs. Sincerely, Farmer Brown. He's demanding that they give him milk and eggs, and with no electric blankets. Duck was a neutral party, so he brought the ultimatum to the cows. Okay, there's some big words in there. So Duck is a neutral party. That means that Duck isn't on one side or the other. So Duck says. And the ultimatum, that means the final order, the ultimatum. That means if you give someone an ultimatum, it means you have to do what I say, or that's it. That is it, whatever it means, the ultimatum. The cows held an emergency meeting. All the animals gathered around the barn to snoop, but none of them could understand moo. All night long, Farmer Brown waited for an answer. The other animals are curious. What are the cows going to do now that they've gotten this ultimatum from Farmer Brown? Duck knocked on the door early the next morning. He handed Farmer Brown a note. Dear Farmer Brown, we will exchange, that means trade, we will exchange our typewriter for electric blankets. Leave them outside the barn door, and we will send Duck over with the typewriter. Sincerely, the cows. So they're coming up with a compromise. A compromise means you agree to fix something by everyone sort of gives up a little bit of what they want. A compromise. So the cows are saying, okay, you may have the typewriter, but you just need to give us the blankets. Maybe they don't even want the typewriter anymore. They're demanding those blankets. They're cold. Give them blankets. Farmer Brown decided this was a good idea. A good deal, excuse me. He left the blankets next to the barn door and waited for Duck to come with the typewriter. Oh, so now they're all cozy. They have their electric blankets. You can see the cords. That's with the little dial. You can make it warmer or less warm. The hens have theirs too. Everyone's cozy. Nice job negotiating, cows. Nice job coming up with a deal. So Farmer Brown's waiting to get the typewriter from Duck. The ducks are all gathered around the typewriter. The next morning, he got a note. Dear Farmer Brown, the pond is quite boring. We'd like a diving board. Sincerely, the ducks. Click, clack, quack. Click, clack, quack. Clickety, clack, quack. He wanted them to bring back the typewriter, but instead they're using it to make their own demand. Well, we'd like a diving board. It's boring around here. Do you think it worked? I think they got what they asked for or demanded. Click Clack Moo, Cows That Type by Doreen Cronin, pictures by Betsy Lewin. That is a fun book, and it's funny and it's silly, but I agree with my 16-year-old son. It has an important message. Treat people fairly, treat them right. And if you don't, they just may say, you cannot have our milk and eggs. I hope you enjoyed that book, children. Children, I really enjoyed having you at preschool meeting today. I hope you had a nice time too. And Jeff and I look forward to next time. Bye-bye. Well, we have our signs. Mine says dog park, and Jeff says dog park. And Dodo made a sign too that has a picture of Jeff in the sun. Is that Jeff at a park? At a dog park, at a dog park. Dodo wanted to help too, because if this is important to Jeff, then it's important to him, right? Jeff?